Welcome to the Make Parts Fast Masterclass. Today's video gives you tips on material selection and how to get the look without the cost.
Hi, this is Leslie Langno, Managing Editor at Design World Magazine here at Rapid 2015 in Long Beach, California. And I'm here today with Carl Dekker, President of met-l-flo. And I'm curious about this part that you have here. It looks metal, but it's actually made from stereolithography process?
Correct. It's basically finishing processes that we've done to simulate a cast metal part without necessarily going through the time constraints, the tooling requirements, or any of the additional hurdles that you'd have to overcome to be able to produce a part quickly and simply for design validation confirmation. And this particular one was part of an assembly of an entire 4-position manual gear shifting housing. We've done some of these just for taking around to shows so that we could actually illustrate. This piece is the housing, and this would be one of the gears that goes into it. All of these were assembled with production bearings and then production bolts so that we could mount everything together, and when anybody would look at the piece, it looks like a cast metal housing with fully functioning gears.
And it's really more of a proof of concept idea for
this was a proof of concept as well as a communication validation model, so that they could go around and say, yes, not only can we make a 4-position shifter, here's how it works.
The finish is just impressive. I mean, it really looks metal, and except for the weight, I would not know that this was not a metal part.
And that's the intent, is to get it to where it looks like the production component. When you're talking with somebody, they're interpreting and understanding the production material. So they start to see where the strengths are and or visualize and conceptualize, but you don't need to go through the entire time of actually having to build those. So.
Now that brings up a good idea, because I'm not sure engineers realize, or maybe they do, but you don't necessarily have to do the part that you want in the final material that you want it in.
Correct. If you're looking to test the actual physical part, then you may very well have to go to a steel piece. But for a lot of validation, the materials that are available, if you look through enough of them, you're going to find some materials that are going to come pretty close. You're not going to match everything, and when you need to go to a metal part, then you can go to a metal part. But this is a quick, effective way to be able to get something that proves out the concepts before you're getting into physical testing and structural testing.
Now, what were some of the post-processing that you did in order to get that finish?
We had to go through and make sure that we had the clearance for the bearings, so that was kind of some test fits and just doing some bore gauges. Then we ended up doing a lot of actual bench finishing and doing manual operations, and then putting on various different paint coats, primers, fillers to smooth out any of the defects or things. And a lot of it is just artisan work of getting in and taking care of the intricate areas that are within the piece, even though they're somewhat hard to reach.
Yeah, it's very smooth inside there by the corners and the curves.
Yeah, and that's guys that are taking the time to go through and do that.
And now this piece, this is also stereolithography made. You
Correct.
Just gave it a different color.
Yep. And what we've done with this is actually dyed the piece with a blue dye, so that we could differentiate the gears, so that when they were moving the mechanism, they could show which pieces are moving at what time based on the different colors, making it very evident to see where one part stopped and another piece started.
That is so cool.
So.
Great. Thank you so much, Carl.
My pleasure. Thank you.